been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
After hearing the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer drop, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to replay the entire Kingdom Hearts series from the beginning. It's one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time, and I know a lot of people feel the same way as I do. So let's kind of go ahead and head all the way back to where it began with Kingdom Hearts 1, which first released on the PlayStation 2 back in 2002. Now the question is, does Kingdom Hearts still shine in 2026, or should it just stay lost in the darkness? Let's find out. The story in the game is, if you've never played a Kingdom Hearts game before, the easiest way I can describe it is this. It's if Disney and Final Fantasy basically had a baby, and Kingdom Hearts would be the result, basically. And you play as Sora, a kid living on Destiny Islands with his best friends Riku and Kairi. The three of them dream about leaving the island and exploring other worlds on a raft. And they've kind of built this raft together, but the night before they're supposed to leave, everything goes horribly wrong, and the mysterious Heartless invade the island, throwing everyone's plans out the window. And as Sora searches for Riku and Kairi, they're both swallowed by the darkness and leaving Sora completely alone. And before long, he's chosen by the Keyblade, a legendary weapon that becomes the only chance of fighting back. Sora eventually wakes up in Traverse Town, confused and trying to figure out what happened to his friends. And at the same time, Donald Duck and Goofy are searching for King Mickey, who has mysteriously disappeared. Their search eventually leads them to Sora, and together they begin traveling across different Disney worlds in an effort to stop the Heartless. Now, throughout your adventure, you'll visit classic Disney locations like Agrabah, Wonderland, Halloween Town, Atlantica, Neverland, and more. And one thing that I really liked anyway is every world has its own companion character. So Aladdin joins your party in Agrabah, Jack Skellington helps you out in Halloween Town. Basically, you get the idea. And if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you're in for a treat because several familiar faces show up throughout the game, especially characters from Final Fantasy VII. And at first, the story seems pretty straightforward. Sora is just trying to find his friends, but as the adventure goes on, it becomes much bigger than that. Riku is slowly manipulated by Maleficent, putting his friendship with Sora to the test. And eventually, you discover that the real mastermind behind everything is Ansem, and he began as a researcher studying the Heartless, but ultimately becomes the main villain of the game. And even after all these years, I still think the story is fantastic. It leaves you with plenty of questions by the end, but that question, really makes you question everything you want to really know in existence there. But that's what makes you want to keep playing is the rest of the series, is finding those unanswered questions. Now, the gameplay in this game. The gameplay is probably best described as a mix of a hack and slash game and a JRPG. Most of the time, you'll be swinging at your Keyblade at the Heartless while using magic like Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, Cure, and Arrow. The support magic becomes incredibly useful during some of the tougher fights later on in the game. Now, I will say the combat definitely shows its age. I've heard from a lot of people that Kingdom Hearts 1 has the weakest combat in the series, and after playing it, I can understand why. It's still fun, but it definitely makes me excited to see how the gameplay improves as I continue my playthrough of the entire franchise. And as you defeat enemies, you'll level up just like in any RPG. You'll gain health, magic, and ability points, which let you equip new abilities and make Sora even stronger. One thing I highly recommend is taking some time to grind. The Heartless drop crafting materials that are incredibly useful later on, and those materials allow you to synthesize powerful enemies and powerful items and eventually create the ultimate weapon, which is easily one of the strongest Keyblades in the game, and trust me, it's worth the effort. Exploring every world is also rewarding because there are tons of collectibles hidden throughout the game. You've got the Trinity Marks, which require Donald and Goofy to activate. These can reveal hidden treasure chests, new paths, money, and other useful rewards. Some of them can't be collected until much later in the game, so before heading to the final world, I definitely recommend revisiting every location to pick up the ones you missed. Then you've got the 101 Dalmatians, the torn pages that unlock more of Winnie the Pooh's world. And then there's the answer reports and the postcards you can collect in Traverse Town only. There's honestly a lot here for completionists. Now, the only part of the game I really didn't enjoy was the gummy ship. I know some people love customizing, but actually flying between worlds just isn't very fun for me. After a while, it started feeling repetitive, so the moment I unlocked the warp drive, I used it whenever I could, just to skip those sections. Now, the conclusion is 24 years later, I honestly think Kingdom Hearts 1 still holds up. For its time, the game felt incredibly ambitious. It took Disney characters, Final Fantasy characters, and action combat and RPG mechanics, and an original story, and that somehow made all of it work together. The CGI opening is still amazing, the soundtrack is absolutely beautiful, and the story is only scratching the surface of what to come through the series. Sure, the combat isn't as polished as later games, and there are a few mechanics that feel dated, but none of that stopped me from having a great time. So if you've never played a Kingdom Hearts game before, I still think it's absolutely worth checking out in 2026. It's the perfect starting point for one of gaming's most unique and memorable franchises. I give Kingdom Hearts 1 8.5 out of 10, a very good game. It's not a perfect game, but it's a timeless classic that still has plenty of magic left in it. Whether you're playing it for nostalgia or jumping in for the very first time, Kingdom Hearts is an adventure that absolutely is worth experiencing. And if you've enjoyed this review, don't forget to follow me across all social media, support the channel on Patreon, and be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know what you think about Kingdom Hearts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day. Bye-bye.